Hello friends and welcome back to the Modern Stacker. I've got an interesting video I want to just talk through today, and it's going to be about how much time do we have left. And to be honest with you, I'm concerned, and I'm hoping you're following the markets too, and I hope you're seeing everything that I'm seeing. And if you're not, I want to talk through this with you. And if you're not familiar with any of this stuff, hopefully I can open your eyes to some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, then you can come to your own conclusions. I'm not one of those promoters of fear. I'm not someone who just gets nervous or pushes scare tactics for any reason. Okay, that is not my personality, and if you know me, it goes completely on contrary to my nature. However, I have read the end of the book, and I do know where this is all headed, and it is we're in interesting times. Let's just say that. And so before you get too deep into this video, again, this is going to be a little bit more of a kind of a market overview, market update type of video. So if that's your thing, stay tuned, stick around. If not, I'll be dropping some other more topical videos later this week. But let's just jump right into it. So up here, I've got March 22nd, and I've got the silver view up here in trading view, which is the app that I like to kind of look at. And we'll just look at the month for now. As you can see, we've got a nice trending upward here in the silver price. Gold is kind of a similar view, similar story. You can see it's got a nice upward incline right there. Real pretty. I mean, upward growth, and that makes sense given the volatility that we've seen with the banking collapse last week. But what I want to put in perspective, okay? If you're on the fence about buying silver or buying gold, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude on YouTube who likes to talk about shiny things. So don't take me seriously. Use your own judgment. You do you. But you shouldn't be worried. I'm not too worried about prices going up, prices going down. I dollar cost average. That's how I do it. And if you want to see why, let's just look at the all-time history. Oh, okay. Actually, let me delete that. Hey, let go. Oh, wow. Really going bad. Okay, keep going. All the mistakes live, and I keep them on video for posterity's sake and your entertainment. So here we are right here on this right-hand side. We're down here at around the $23, $24 mark. That's spot price for silver. You can see we at one point were around 26, 27, 28. Just recently, around November, we are also spiking $48, $49 back in 2011. You go down even further into the 78, 79. That was when we had this like huge spike. So I guess my point is that you can see this. I drew this line for this video. You can see the trend is going up, okay? And that doesn't even account for what the Fed is doing to inflation. And if you really want to get into that, may I suggest a channel called ITM Trading? Lynette Zhang is... I just recently stumbled onto her channel, and if you've seen any of her videos, you've been treated to a lot of insight and wisdom from a financial guru that she's wonderful. She'll say it as it is, so just kind of I'll just lay it there. But wow, she has a lot to say, and this "Are You Ready for It" video, especially about regards to the banking crisis last week. Whoo! Buckle up. Good video. But you can see here, this isn't even taking that into account. This potentially has the ability to hockey stick and go up even higher. This is why you've got some analysts forecasting $50, $55 an ounce for silver. But if it really hockey sticks and you get into hyperinflation, I can't even draw it. Punchline is that it could get really interesting really quick. So I'm just going to delete that because that was just for showing this. But let's talk about some stuff. I was actually watching an interview with Andy Schectman the other night, and he was making a very interesting point about people are not buying silver anymore to become wealthy. And that comment really struck me. And I don't know if you've ever thought about that, but why did people buy precious metals, gold and silver, platinum, palladium? Why have they been buying this stuff previously? It's because it was a way to protect your wealth. It was a way to take your fiat currencies put it into something that held its value over time, and you could then, cash it out for whatever, form of currency you wanted to cash it out. So whether or not you wanted to buy gold, let the inflation go by, and then cash in as you needed to, or exchange it into some, the CBDC that's coming out. Like some people, this was a plan of theirs. They would just cash it into gold, wait until the inflation goes up and the CBDC kicks over, and then convert it all into the CBDC with the gold inflation, being factored in. You might not want to do that. But again, that was why people would buy precious metals. It was to protect your wealth. That's not why people are buying precious metals right now. According to Andy, one of the things that they're doing is they're doing it because they don't want to lose. They don't want to miss out. Like they're afraid of what's going on. They're buying it for a completely different reason. It has nothing to do with wealth anymore. It has everything to do with the fear of what they're seeing in the markets. And if you go to Bloomberg today, Fed opts out for hike and see gamble that crisis will stay contained. Again, go watch this video. I think you'll be very unsettled by what you find in this particular video about this whole thing. And I'll kind of leave it there for you to make your own judgments. But at the end of the day, another comment I heard is that, this rush that we're seeing into precious metals with gold and silver right now, being more the expanded choir and not the rush. When we see the large, wealthy millionaires and the billionaires saying, hey, it's time to get into precious metals and get out of this, these crazy paper markets, you're not going to find anything. I mean, this last week, Miles Franklin, again, I'm just repeating what Andy was saying on this podcast the other day with Liberty and Finance, another channel I highly recommend watching. He was commenting that they had an $80 million week. Just 7 days, and they sold $80 million worth of precious metals. That was all just this last week. Okay? 5 days history, and this is where spot price was at. It was down here, and it was going up. It was during this bracket right here that they sold the 80 million. Not here. This is when they sold it. This was after, like when it spiked, that's when everybody got panicked and they started buying it from here to here. That's insane. And like the time to be buying anything is when it's at its lowest point. And this is when I think I put a post on my community page. Buying opportunity here. Okay. But it is interesting that we as Americans, America seems to be a very, very susceptible to this. We don't like to buy here and be kind of considered the odd duck. We like to buy here when it's like exciting and everybody sees us as like we want to brag about it. Oh, yeah, I bought silver yesterday. It's like, like 5 over what I could have bought. It's like that's the mentality that we have as Americans. It's the dumbest thing. Okay? Stop being dumb. Buy it when it's a good deal and not so much when it's a bad deal. But again, if you can't get it at those bottom prices, because sometimes you just don't have the resources available, dollar cost average. That's the easiest solution. If you dollar cost average, you always win. I'll get off my soapbox on that, but my point is that if what Andy was saying was true, and they're already starting to have squeezes on the amount of precious metals that they're seeing, okay, that's just one seller, Miles Franklin. You got companies like SD Bullion, you got companies like APMEX, you got companies like Monument Metals, you got Hero Bullion, on down the list. All of these like online dealers. I'm sure we're getting hit really hard last week by the small group of precious metals collectors, those stackers who were seeing this and saying, holy buckets, we need to get in and get this, while we can before it goes, back up to this. We're not even the big dogs, folks. And I think that's the thing that I want to kind of like draw your attention to. When the big dogs get into this game and when they start playing, you're not going to find any precious metals. So right now is the best time, in my opinion. Again, not a financial advisor. In my opinion, this is a great time to be taking advantage of the fact that you can still find this stuff. And you can still find it at a relatively decent price. Okay? It's still here. we still haven't even hit the not even that, just even this. Like, we still haven't even hit the marks that we were seeing in 2021, 22. We're like halfway there. So don't feel like you're getting cheated when you spend $22, $24, even $27 an ounce. Because what I believe is coming, these will be considered the bargain days. We will see this and be like, wow. Remember back when it was $27 or $30 an ounce? We'll be like, yeah, that was pretty wild. Yeah, you might remember when it was $6 an ounce. But that was also back when our currency didn't have $30 to $50 trillion in debt. Like, we hadn't put that much debt into the system yet. Now we have. So now it's worth $32 or $25, whatever it is, an ounce. And it's going to keep going up once the suppression of precious metals begins to lift. So I'm just going to throw this out for your consideration, that as we start to see things like the banks become insolvent, as we start to see things like the FTC borrowing against the Fed, as you start to see Japan and Mexico starting to join the BRICS, I mean, China offloading potentially $20 trillion in treasuries. I mean, you insert your panic situation, your black swan event of choice. This isn't going to stay down here forever. So, yeah, that's my opinion. I don't think you have much time left in order to really appreciate and enjoy these prices. I think, that the remainder of this year, you've still got some time, but come July, when the Fed now comes into play, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. So anyway, just buckle up, folks. I'll leave you with this question. Where's the eagle at the end of the day? Where's the eagle at the end of the book? It's missing. There very well may be a reason why. So I'll let you simmer on that and post some comments below if you have any idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please like the video. It does help the algorithm. And consider subscribing, because, this is a fun channel and I always love the community. I'll be posting some new videos here in the future, so stay tuned for more. Until then, keep on stacking.